What's up guys, ALBERTOBIGBOOST here. Before I start today's video, I want to address that I finally pinpointed the problem of the wiring situation. It ended up having a short to ground on the engine harness, but it wasn't because the harness was defective or Adam did something on the car. The pigtail connector for the ignition coils, the unprotected part of the pigtail was rubbing on the back part of the head and it caused it to short to ground. That caused like havoc all through the car because that wire that was rubbing was the same one that runs through the whole car as ignition signal number 2, so it'll be the on position cable, and it was like trying to fry every connection on the car. It's like, that's ridiculous. Another problem with that, we temporarily jumped the ignition fuse that kept blowing, and that left the wiring unprotected, so when it shorted again, then it wanted to melt the wire, and I was smoking in between terminals like, oh my god, the car could have almost caught on fire. But it's all fixed now. I'm gonna show you what happened. Guys, before I even start this, very importantly, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. If not, you will not be getting notifications for my videos. I will be making a bunch of new cool videos working at Adam's house. We're taking care of all the cars. I might be doing some more stuff with the BMW, and we might be going drifting soon. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that notification button and subscribe, and make sure to also like this video and comment below what you think about the videos and what you want to see next. So let's get started. Meanwhile, I have Showman over there giving me a hard time for how many times it took me to film all that little clip.
When you mess up, you're like, no, that's not right. And then I can't keep a straight face.
Oh, I want to see you making videos. You'll learn to say, oh, I'm gonna be the one laughing in the background on your videos when you mess up.
You'll see.
Oh, I'll see. Okay. Okay. All right, back to business. If we look at the engine right here, this is the front of the engine. I have the ornament cover removed, and we're gonna be looking all the way back here, and this is where the short happened. So you can see this is a pigtail, and it has this little part that's unprotected right here. This little part is what rubbed, but on the other side, as you can see, I fixed it, and then I put a bunch of electrical tape to insulate the wiring to keep it from touching anything else. At the same time, I raised the harness so it's not all the way down there and it doesn't rub back there anymore. It was somewhere back there behind the head. It has like this little sharp corner and it was rubbing there, so I moved it out of the way. Now I'm probably gonna have it like up here and just put the ornament cover, and this holds like something like that. So that will be fixed. Well, it's already fixed. Now moving on to the next problem. It's all the way on this corner over here, which we're looking at this chassis connector. The one wire that was messing up in this wiring, in this configuration, it will be this black with red stripe. Now, when I remove the plug, you can tell where the damage happened. Check this out. That connection doesn't look very healthy, does it now? So I'm gonna have to repin this plug, or for now, I'm going to just cut the wire, bypass it with another plug so it doesn't have any shorts for the next drift event. Now moving inside of the car, there's also this other terminal down here that got pretty roasted. So I'm gonna remove this. And you can see in this corner, the cable's a little melted right here. The whole plug melted together, so it was almost impossible to take them apart. This pin will also need to be replaced. It's very, very important to fix any burnt terminals like this. Why? Because the metal has now expanded, it arched. In order to burn it like that, it needs to arch. When you have an arching terminal, it will just create heat and resistance, and it could potentially make your car catch on fire. You don't want that. Also, the components won't work properly. If you measure current from one side to the other, you won't get like 12 volts all the way through, which is gonna cause the components to not work properly, or again, make your harness catch on fire or melt or whatever, or could damage other components. Like on this case, it was making the whole car not work. Showman, what are you doing? You're already like breaking stuff.
I'm not breaking
you just
nothing.
started over
I took
here.
off a lug nut.
I know you're breaking stuff. What are you doing?
I don't break anything. I make things better.
We meet again, exhaust. All right. Yesterday, I ended up removing about 1 inch of this part of the exhaust, but it's still way too low. Right now, it's still scraping on the ground, and we don't want that. We don't want to see this anymore. So what I'm gonna end up doing is that I'm going to shorten up the downpipe by 1.5 inches, so I can gap this right here. I have about 2 inches. You look over here, I have about 2 inches of clearance between the exhaust and the chassis. So I'm going to take 1.5 inches up. So this pipe is gonna go up into the car and not rub anymore, hopefully. I know, it's like the 30th time that we modify this car's exhaust, but we keep putting different stuff in it, so we have to change it accordingly. Now let's get to it and modify this exhaust so the car doesn't scrape anymore. We're also going to be raising the car a little higher so it doesn't bottom out on things anymore, like the exhaust, or more importantly, the oil pan. Look at this oil pan, it's all messed up. Like I keep showing in previous video, we need to replace the oil pan on this car, but the only way to properly fix this, we need to raise it and then replace the oil pan, because if we replace the oil pan now, it's gonna damage a new one too, so it's not worth it. Showman,
Yes.
what do you do? Is it true that you messed up the wrong, you improperly power wash the engine and got the coil wet?
I never, ever, ever use any type of water, hose, pressure washer, or anything while cleaning the engine base. The only thing I do is literally go like this. I come, I get a nice rag, I get some detail spray, or something like this. Well, actually,
That is not a detail spray.
Detail
it's a pink
spray?
one.
it's the
That's not the pink
detail
one.
spray.
But what about the pink
It's an
one?
American version.
Well, the pink one smells better.
No, seriously, all I do.
You used the wrong detail spray. That's why it broke.
In all seriousness, all I do is just spray and wipe down. I don't use any kind of water. It's not like a really like crazy detailed cleaning. Like I don't get under the motor. I just get like to make it look pretty much, so it's like presentable. I don't ever use any type of water. So all that is to make sure you guys know it was not like my fault. It just happened. But yeah, all I do is wipe it down and that's it.
Anyways, it's fixed now, so you're off the hook for now, Showman. No, I'm just kidding. Showman does really good work. He truly changed his cars up. Showman, what are you doing?
I'm getting the adhesive off Nicole's car, but it's really freaking hot. I can't do it right now.
He's heating this thing up with the heat gun, and then he's complaining that it's too hot to remove. Like, really, Showman?
I gotta do it with a glove or something. That's too hot.
No way. It doesn't come up with a glove. You're gonna damage the glove. You gotta use your hand.
No.
Use your hand again, just for the video.
It's gone. Alright. Bro, come on, it's not fair. That's too hot.
Here we go again. Showman, really?
What? Oh, no, I can't do it with my hand.
Do it! Here I have the downpipe for the 1JC out of the way. This is a really nice future fabrication downpipe, but the problem is, since the car is very low, the exhaust hangs way too low. So this flange is almost at the edge of the bottom of the car, so I need to make this flange higher in order for the 90-degree elbow or 45-degree elbow that's on the downpipe or the lower downpipe is able to make the curve and fit right at chassis level and not under it. So I'm gonna go ahead and already marked around here. I'm gonna cut a slice this thick, so this is like that's much higher up. This is how much I'm gonna end up cutting. So I'm gonna cut this whole slice of this tube and then weld it back together. So it's gonna be a little bit shorter than the previous one, so it's ultra tucked on the exhaust. So the exhaust fits ultra tucked. Showman, what are you whining about over there?
Coughing.
Why?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass, but this is welding.
No, not that.
Oh, great. I have a lovely welding mask mark on my forehead, but the pipe was not short enough, so it was still hanging a little lower than we wanted. So I ended up taking not one, but wait, it's not on this side. It's not on this side. I ended up taking 2 slices. This is the first one, and this is where I had welded before, so I took about the same amount twice. I took this much of the downpipe to make it that much higher. And this is a new welded end result. I think this weld came out even better than the other one. That's a little bit of the tape that I used for marking, so it had a little bit of glue left. It looks good as new, so it was never touched except for a little bit of grinding marks here and some rainbow welds. Well, exhaust needs to be modified one last time. It still wasn't there where I wanted it, so I ended up cutting it once more. Oh my god, I just totally did that wrong. The audio is gonna be horrible because I have the microphone like this. I point it backwards or forward depending on where I'm talking from, and I had it backwards the whole time. So probably that clip is gonna be horrible, but I'm gonna redo it because we're in a time crunch right here. Guys, this exhaust is finally finished. Let me show you. This is what you're looking for on an exhaust. That the exhaust is pretty much the same level as the chassis, but not under it. I cut and finally got it where I need it to be. Now it's so close that it's pretty much almost touching against the chassis. Then over here, we got like the most minuscule gap right here between the flange and the chassis. Doesn't get any more tuck than that. What do you guys think? Finally, this exhaust should never scrape again unless the car actually bottoms out on the chassis. I was also checking for some power steering leaks over here in the rack. Adam told me that it was leaking here. I went ahead and checked the fittings and now they're all tight. Hopefully that's where it was leaking from, I'm not sure. Now the last thing that I need to do to this thing is to address the fuse box so I can make it less sketchy. I got the fuse box issue a bit situated. It's a lot cleaner now. I took a bunch of stuff out. I made sure to cover all the wires from the back side so it doesn't have any water splashing from the tire onto the fuse box, and zip tie all those loose wires together so there's nothing hanging loosely anymore. How is it? Does it have your seal of approval?
Does it have my seal? No, yeah, it does. It's got my seal of approval.
Exhaust sounds good?
Exhaust sounds fabulous.
Now we gotta see the road test and see if it vibrates or if it scrapes.
Guys,
I don't think it will scrape. For it to scrape, it needs to scrape the chassis on the floor. So
3
it's really
words.
tough.
Wild Berry Boost.
What? You guys better not make that a thing, because
it's a thing.
nobody said that was gonna be a thing. It was supposed to be the Big Boost pink mobile over here. No, I'm just kidding. That's not gonna be either. I'm not gonna do gold and purple.
Sounds dirty.
So I'm gonna have to do like purple and brown, so it's like a fruit kind of thing. But put brown interior so it has like seeds, and stuff. No, that's not happening. All right, guys. Tomorrow we shall continue with the car. I'm gonna do the final touches on the S13 tomorrow, finish putting it back together, and then maybe something else. I don't know, whatever Adam has in store. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please smash that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What?